Our second game changer is Chrisney, ladies and gentlemen. She joins us today as the creator and producer of Disney Peabody Award-winning Doc McStuffins. It's an imaginative animated series about a 6-year-old girl who runs a clinic for stuffed animals and broken toys out of her backyard playhouse. But part of the inspiration for Doc is her young son, who has severe asthma, and it produced anxiety over going to the doctor. Chris said she decided that she could help her own child and others with a show that made a trip to the doctor much less scary.
Doc is an extreme example of the personal becoming universal. I created the show for my son, Theo, who has asthma. After a particularly scary night and a ride in an ambulance, I saw how scared my son was in the ER. It was all so intimidating and unfamiliar to him. A few days later, in the shower, I realized there was something I could do for Theo. That's when the idea for Doc came to me. The whole show really just delivered itself to me right then and there. I even had the title, Doc McStuffins, before I had finished doing my conditioner. I created it in the hopes that it would help my child. Little did I know how many people it would impact. It is an honor to be associated with this hospital, even in the smallest way. If you haven't figured it out yet, I can tell you that having spent time at MLK, it is clear what an incredible place this is. There is an energy and a sense of purpose and a joy that emanates from each and every staff member that you encounter. It is a building that is filled with people who are not just doing a job, but feel a higher purpose. They are on a mission. And that feeling, the knowledge that you are doing good in the world, is infectious. This hospital is a place that can make a difference. It is a place that levels the playing field in one of the most vital categories in all of our lives, healthcare. Soon after Doc McStuffins went on the air, Dr. Maisha Taylor wrote a blog post talking about how important Doc's image was to the national conversation about race and gender. Less than 2% of the doctors in this country are African American women. And because of the Doc McStuffins campaign, they joined together and formed the Artemis Society to support each other. There are now over 2,000 members, and they have great expectations that a future generation of doctors of all colors and all genders will come from the doc generation. And that is borne out by a recent Forbes magazine poll that asked kids what they wanted to be when they grow up. The #1 choice, by a long shot, for girls is a doctor. I've heard so many incredible things from the ranks of the Artemis doctors. One of my absolute favorites was a doctor who happened to be a woman who was sitting and watching the show when it first came on the air with her young son. He turned to her and said, "Mom, can boys be doctors too?" Maybe someday. It's possible. So please consider giving yourself the gift of being a part of something bigger than yourself. Give yourself the gift of knowing that you have made a difference. Please help support this incredible institution, because together we can light this fire. Thank you so much.